Sports Blitz Live is on the air with full coverage of the Auburn Tigers,
Touchdown Auburn!
the Alabama Crimson Tide,
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama. Touchdown run.
and everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sports Blitz Live.
Hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday evening. Welcome into the latest edition of Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham alongside Brett Pritchard. My goodness, it seems like old times.
What happened?
It's been a while.
Luke's out. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's true. Luke is on assignment tonight, in parts unknown.
He's always on assignment.
But we got a great show for you planned tonight. We've got some great guests coming up. We'll continue our SEC preview. Maybe look at the Florida Gators, the Tennessee Volunteers, and the Vanderbilt Commodores tonight. So looking forward to that. Again, we got some great guests from the Locked On network of shows that are out there on all those podcasts on YouTube and Facebook and things like that. So these guys –
Those second-rate podcasts?
Oh, yeah, you know about that. But, yeah, our buddy Luke's a part of that network.
Is, absolutely.
But, again, a lot going on. Practice has begun on campuses across the country, getting ready. Auburn now, today's the 5th, 24 days away. 24 days away from playing Baylor on a Friday night in Waco, Texas. So certainly looking forward to that as well. As always, there's a lot to talk about, but we'd love to hear from you. So give us a call, 256-234-6221. We'll be willing to talk to you about anything and everything tonight. If you got any questions or any topics you'd like to bring up, let us know, and we'll discuss them here tonight. But, early impressions of practice down on the plains. You've actually gotten a chance this year to go down and see it in person a little bit. What's your early take?
Yeah, I mean, it's early. I mean, it is early.
Sure.
I mean, there's been 3 or 4 practices, and but I think it looks cohesive. I said that, on the podcast. I think that, this group looks like a group that's been, even though you got a lot of transfer portal guys in here, looks like a group that's been together for a while, that they know what to do and where to go, and I told Faith that on the podcast the other day. I said, my first takeaway from the first practice of fall camp was, man, we look like we actually know what the hell we're doing. And, we're going – there was not anybody wandering around kind of figuring out. I mean, it was to station to station to station. And, and I guess if you're in a major SEC program, you ought to be that way. But on the first day of anything, there's got to be a little – with a lot of new players and some guys that really haven't suited up for Auburn yet, some things that, are out of whack. We didn't see that. And so I also noticed that for the first time, Andy, every position group we went to looked the part and had depth. And I think that's probably the key thing that we've taken away from this spring, from spring going into fall camp now, is this team does have a roster that can compete. And I told you guys this the other day. I mean, it's coaching at this point. I mean, really, when I look at that roster and I see what we have in the linebacker core, I guess it's young. There's some transfer portal guys, but, man, the talent's abundant. The offensive line's probably one of the strongest. We got 6 to 7 guys that are potential NFL draft picks. I don't remember Auburn having 6 to 7 potential.
Not across the line.
Well,
not across the whole line.
Not together, right, and into the depth of the line. Because I think DeAndre Carter's going to be a draft pick one day.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get his turn. I think Mason Murphy, obviously Connor Lew, Dylan Wade, I can go down the list. Obviously Xavier Chaplin's probably one of the top 3 players on the team. That looks great. The running back room, I mean, everybody's excited about Damari Alston, but you ought to be excited about Darrell Robinson and Omar Mapson, man, who is making some noise. We talked about that today. Jeremiah Cobb, I really think is poised to have a tremendous year. He's nursing a finger injury right now, but Andy, this secondary is 8 or 9 deep at corner. 8 or 9 deep at corner. not safety, corner. And then you got these safeties back there, and you got a couple of new guys. And speaking of new boy Fagans is just so far advanced in his knowledge of the game to be, a kid that really just got out of high school. And so I really am high on what this roster looks like in the depth. Now, they got to get out there and play and put it all together.
Yeah, we've had 85 scholarships for quite a while, and we've had 105 players every year.
Right.
So we've had depth. We just haven't had quality depth.
Well,
and
yeah.
that's really the name of the game, isn't it? That's what you're talking about. And that you're exactly right. I mean, that's what Hugh Freeze said when he first got here. And we all knew that the roster had been depleted, and everybody says it. But you get tired of hearing it, and, 2 years into it, you still got a losing record. You look back and you think, well, we could have won this game. We could have won that game. We should have won this game. We should have won that game.
Well,
but now you look at the roster and you say, okay, there are no more excuses. This is it. I mean, look, yes, you could add another really, really good class and even be better going into next year, but this team is built to win this year. I'm not talking about a national championship, but this team is built to be a disappointment if you win 8 or less games.
No, there's no question about it. And, I think what people already need to brace for is we're going to take a step back in recruiting this year. We're not going to sign as big a class. We can probably make up the difference in the portal, but for a lot of – we've got some really big names on the table over the next few weeks that we need to get. We don't need to lose, Braylon Womack. We don't need to lose Jace Matthews. We don't need to lose those guys. We need to get some of these top guys that are still available, and then the last 8 or 9 spots, you may have to just go out and get some of the best you can out of the portal to finish this class. Now, I think you can get this class back up in the 20s. I really do. We're in the high 60s, low 70s, depending on which one you're looking at right now. But you got to go out and get some guys that in Auburn can be a little bit more picky because they've had to sign more guys over the last couple of years. But for the most part, we're behind. I mean, you can't spin this any other way. And when August 1st came and went, it's exactly what all of us thought. What happened? No, I haven't seen any deals on paper. I haven't seen anybody listing what they're getting as far as offers. And I know that John Cohen really stressed that about a month out. He's just, hold on, watch this. This is going to happen. We haven't seen anything happen. I didn't think that we would see anything happen. And so now Auburn's just got to go and do the best they can to finish this out. I don't know why we got sold a bill of goods. I don't know why our administration and our coaching staff felt like we needed to do that as we watched everybody just keep trucking with the way they've been doing everything. So I appreciate them wanting to do things the right way, but let's just be honest. You kind of put yourself behind the 8 ball a little bit now, so you're going to have to catch up. But I said this on the podcast this morning, don't matter. Andy, it don't. Go win some football games this year. We don't need to worry about this coming up recruiting class. We need to go win a lot of football games this year and re-recruit our roster.
Well, our roster is young.
You got to go re-recruit this roster.
Very young.
Yes.
So that's the difference in today than it is a decade ago.
Right.
You got a roster to maintain, and if you really, really like your roster, then that's what your focus needs to be. So I mean, and especially if you're not just talking about 22 guys. The starters on both sides. You're talking about 2.5 deep on both sides.
Right.
We're talking about 60 guys probably.
No doubt.
That you got to take care of, that you got to pay, that you got to satisfy, or they're going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Unless the rules are changed.
Yeah, and they can. I mean, they've changed about 4 times in the last 4 weeks. And that's what Coach Tuberville said Saturday morning on the podcast. And he's disgusted with it. Everybody's disgusted. But it's like he said, when you get the federal government involved, now you've got a whole other set of issues on your hands. He was very disappointed in Charlie Baker and the NCAA, like we all have been. He felt like, when you get sued, you got to fight. And he said the NCAA just kind of give up. And we've got the situation now that we've got. And the players have all the power. They have all control. It used to be directly opposite of that the coaches and the administration of the schools have all the control. We couldn't find a happy medium. We had to swing the pendulum completely to the other side now. And so I heard Shaquille O'Neal on a podcast the other day say, a girl asked him if LSU were to call and say, hey, if you wrote this dollar amount on a check, LSU could go win a national championship. They could go get the best players. If they called and asked you that, what would you do? He said, this is exactly what he said. He said, I ain't writing a check for them bums. He said, they haven't proved anything. They're coming out of high school. He said, name, image, and likeness. He said, name, image, and likeness of what? He said, you ain't done anything yet. He said, you got to go prove yourself and then go get you a deal. I've been saying that for a while now. Go sign a 2-year contract with a college. And if you excel, now go back to the drawing board and say, okay, you want to pay me now or I'll go somewhere else. And then the school can decide if they're worth what they're asking or if they want to negotiate and all that kind of stuff. But Shaquille O'Neal did exactly what Charles Barkley did. He's like, I ain't writing a bunch of checks and paying a bunch of money for a bunch of guys that may not be here in 9 months.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they are spot on. Those guys, and some of the critics said, well, it would have been different if Shaq played in this era and Charles Barkley played. I don't think it would be. I mean, I think those guys appreciated the fact that, hey, I can go out here and you have a progression in life, Andy. You move up the ladder. All we want to do now is make college sports pro sports. Well, what are you going to? Why? Look, people go, well, it's a positive because some of these guys are staying longer in college. Well, I get that part, but they're staying in college for the wrong reason because they're getting paid more than they would get if they went to the pros.
Yeah.
It just didn't make any sense.
It's upside down. Yeah, there's no question about it. Things have got to change, and we all understand that, and maybe they will one day. But just getting started here on this edition of Sports Blitz Live. We are brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by JR Sports Bar and Grill. Wonderful place to have lunch or dinner right here in downtown Alexander City. Go and check them out one day this week. You'll definitely be glad that you did. Great, good food, good service, good atmosphere there at JR's Sports Bar and Grill. We've got to take our first break, but don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. Hopefully when we come back, we'll be joined by Brandon Olson from Locked On Gators. Be sure to join us right after this.
Sportz Auto Sales, Highway 280 in Kellyton, Alabama is home-owned and home-operated. If you're looking for tires, they have it. If you're looking for a vehicle, they have them. Great selection. Always out looking for more just for you, the customer. And if you're looking for service, whether you buy the vehicle from them or whether you buy the vehicle somewhere else, they do service work and got a great crew there. Keep us in mind. Don't you go by Sportz Auto Sales on Highway 280 in Kellyton today.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout Central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
Castelluccio Fine Italian Dining in downtown Alexander City is rapidly becoming the region's standard for Italian cuisine, as well as hand-cut filet mignon, fresh Gulf seafood, and the area's best Italian import wine selection. We offer true old-world charm with unmatched hospitality. Like Castelluccio Fine Dining on Facebook to keep up with daily lunch and dinner specials. Also new, we offer catering for your family and small business, so call and order. Castelluccio, downtown Alexander City, where the only thing that rivals the flavor is the dining experience.
I'm Karen Chanel, your State Farm agent in Alexander City, Alabama, and the greater Lake Martin area. I want to talk to you a little bit today about your discounts. How many of you are entitled to discounts that you may or may not be receiving? One of the easiest discounts on your homeowner's insurance is that of having a fire extinguisher. Coupled with a deadbolt lock and a smoke alarm, that gives you an automatic discount on your homeowner's policy.
4 days, multiple venues, non-stop entertainment from Nashville's top music makers. The Lake Martin Songwriters Festival is back, July 24th through the 27th. Visit LakeMartinSongwritersFestival.com for details. 3 of Alabama's own, one unforgettable night. Country music star Drake White takes the stage with special guests Adam Hood and Charlie Argo. Live at the Amp, July 26th. Brought to you by the Lake Martin Songwriters Festival. Tickets on sale now.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Sports Blitz Live. Andy Graham and Brett Pritchard here with you. Going to go to the phone line and welcome in a very special guest, Mr. Brandon Olson with Locked On Gators. Brandon, thank you so much for taking some time for us tonight.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Gators. Last year, I got to admit, when they lost to Miami and lost in the way that they did, I thought, well, it's only a matter of time before they fire Billy Napier and they're going to be looking for a coach. He won't even make it through the season. And lo and behold, little by little, they just kept kind of plugging away and turned the season around. DJ Lagway emerged on the scene. And after some pretty, impressive wins down the stretch, I think maybe the feeling's got to be pretty positive in Gainesville.
Yeah, it's pretty positive. You weren't the only one that after that Miami game thought that he was going to be gone. Had front row seats for that shellacking, so that was really fun. But, yeah, I mean, this is a team that, dating back to 2023 even, with this roster, they just never gave up on Billy Napier. I remember at the end of the 2023 season talking with some of the players, and their sentiment was, we believe in Billy Napier. We just hope he has enough time for his vision to play out. And that was 2 years ago at this point. This is his vision. This is his roster. He's got his quarterback. He's got a very talented roster. If I'm being completely honest, I think that this is a college football playoff team. And if they're not, it's strictly because of coaching. And then we can go back to having some conversations we were having at the beginning of the 2024 season.
Brandon, again, appreciate you being on with us. This is Brett. I saw I've seen a couple of lists on coaches that are on the hot seat, and there's no doubt that both Billy Napier and Hugh Freeze are at the top of that list. I saw one where Billy Napier was number 1 and Hugh Freeze was number 3. Very similar situations between these two programs. Going into year 3 for Coach Freeze, Billy Napier, like you just said, has finally built what he feels like is his roster. Doesn't take away from the strength of this schedule. And, of course, DJ Lagway is a key part of that. At quarterback, of course, Auburn is hoping that Jackson Arnold will show up and play like everybody thought he could play at Oklahoma. So it's just eerily similar. And again, like Coach Freeze said at media days, both programs are programs where there's high expectations and there's pressure. There's pressure every year, but there's especially a little bit more pressure for both of these programs this year.
Yeah, I mean, look, Billy Napier going into 2025, this is probably the only year in his entire career where he's going to have 4/5 of his starting offensive line returning, where he's going to have almost his – the depth chart has DJ Lagway back at quarterback, 2 of your top 3 running backs, 4 of your top 6 receivers back, 2 of your top 3 tight ends, 4/5 started on the offensive line, whole defensive line. Actually, defensive line and linebacker and cornerback, your entire 2 deep was here last year, and then safety returning both starters. He's probably never going to have that again in his career, even if he coaches another 30 years. That kind of roster retention is incredibly rare to have that many guys back. When you consider having DJ Lagway as well, this might be your best, or one of your best rosters that you're going to have maybe ever. And if you can't do it, I think it's very indicative of who you are as a coach and what your ceiling is. And even if you win 7-8 games, just maybe that shouldn't be enough to save your job at this point.
Well, you mentioned it, and certainly he is, all eyes are on him. DJ Lagway, I heard early in practice he showed up with a boot on. What's the latest on that?
Boots off, full participant in practice. Black jersey because quarterback, but full participant in practice since Saturday. They had an open practice with fans there, and members of the NIL collective were there, and that was his first full practice. Since then, he's been full go.
Brandon, how important is it for, again, we look at quarterbacks in this league and across college football. I'm high on DJ Lagway, obviously. I'm probably higher on him than anybody in our group, and I had Florida maybe a little bit higher than most of our guys in a prediction, but they all said, well, it's all dependent on the health of DJ Lagway. Do you think the guy can make it through the season? He just some guys just get that knock early in their career. That's like it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when they're going to go down. And he is obviously absolutely key to Florida having a successful season.
Yeah, I always like to follow up the DJ Lagway health question by another question of how many games has he missed in his career with injury? Because the answer is one. Yes, he's had a shoulder injury or a shoulder issue since high school. Yes, he had the hamstring, which caused him to miss a game last year. And this calf, he was in a boot for less than a week before taking the boot off, and then a few days later was a full participant in practice. I like to talk about DJ Lagway not as injury-prone, but as hurt-prone. He's someone that plays through the pain, plays through the damage. And look, obviously it is very important that he's fully healthy for this season. He's a starting quarterback. Every team is going to get worse without their starting quarterback. But I don't like to do the thing, which I understand so many people are doing about DJ Lagway right now, is, well, it's a matter of when, not if. It's a matter of when he's going to get hurt. I'll give you that. But injured and missing time, I don't know if that's so much of a when. I do hope that he could stay healthy, and I do think that, the potential of this team relies heavily on that right arm of DJ Lagway, but I think he can do it. I think that they're trying to figure out what it is that has led to these issues. I believe that the most recent issue with the calf is partially because of that hamstring that he's been dealing with for a while now. And the hamstring finally got better, and now the calf had an issue. But I do think that DJ Lagway, I'm hoping he stays healthy, and I don't like to write it off as if he will be injured at some point.
Well, and that goes with any quarterback. None of us can see the future, and that's just part of football. There's a chance every time you go out there you could get hurt. So I think you make a good point. He has not missed many games, but he does have things pop up consistently that seem to be nagging, and you just feel like over time eventually that's going to catch up with you. We got Brandon Olson on with Locked On Gators. Brandon, a tough stretch right out of the gate. You go and get a couple games under your belt, and then mid-September it's at LSU, at Miami with a bye, and then Texas and Texas A&M. So you got 3 really tough games on the road with that one crucial game at home to start October with Texas. Just kind of talk about that 4-game stretch. Auburn's got a similar stretch at the same time. They've got to go to Oklahoma, go to Texas A&M, have a bye, and then come back and play Georgia. How important is it for Florida to get 2 of those games?
I think it's vitally important. My only pushback there is that I don't count Miami as an away game because that's not their stadium. They rent that one. I'm going to count that as
you're just not in the friendly confines of Ben Hill Griffin.
Yeah, I'm going to count that one as neutral. But I think that for that stretch, this is also the first time Billy Napier gets to lead off the season and open the season with FCS, then Group of 5. Then you get into SEC play. Every year since he's been here, he started with a Power 4 opponent. It was Utah the first 2 years. Last year, Miami. I do think that that'll go into how they prepare for the season and how they get started, because part of the issue has been starting slow. And now you get to start slow, and you get to go, all right, well, we're still easing into this before jumping into it. But you absolutely have to walk away with this. 2 of those wins, I'd argue 3. I think that you can lose 1 game in each, I'm calling them legs of the season, those first 4 games and then the middle stretch, and then after that second bye. I think if you lose 1 game in each of those, you could still be a college football playoff team with this this schedule and how difficult that's going to be. But let's call it what it is. If you're not winning those games early on, it's going to be really tough to win those games later on when injuries pile up, and of course you're playing even tougher opponents. But I do think that LSU, Miami, I think it's vitally important that you can't lose 2 of those. If you lose 2 of those, then let's start talking buyout at that point.
Brandon Olson with Locked On Gators. Brandon, we really appreciate you joining us tonight. Good luck to you and the Gators this upcoming season. Maybe we can catch up a little later down the line.
Anything you guys need, thank you very much.
Appreciate it, Brandon. Appreciate it. Thank you. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Sports Blitz Live right after this.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Banner Building Summer Sale is happening right now. No money down, no payments for 90 days, plus 12 months with 0 interest now through August 31st on all portable wood and aluminum sheds, carports, garages, and barns built on site or delivered during the summer sales event happening right now at Banner Buildings, 4011 Warm Springs Road in Columbus, or online at bannerbuildingsga.com. Better buildings, better prices, Banner Buildings of Columbus.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best-kept secret, an affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious 1-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552, 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Brett here with you. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you to Brandon Olson from Locked On Gators. This Florida Gator team, look, with all due respect, he thinks they are a playoff caliber team.
They're not.
They may have that much talent. They may, with DJ Lagway at quarterback, they may have, if he could stay healthy all year.
They are a playoff caliber team roster-wise, but this schedule.
But that schedule, I mean, it was murder's row last year.
They're not going to.
And they were able to go 8-5 in that schedule.
Yeah. I just think with LSU, Miami, Texas, and Texas A&M, if they get one of those, I think it'd be more of the Miami. Going on the road to Texas A&M is going to be tough. I don't think they're beating Texas.
They got hammered by Texas A&M at home.
I know it.
Last year.
So
they got hammered by Miami at home last year.
And they got to prove.
And now Miami's got Carson Beck.
That's right. And they got to prove they can finally get back over the hump against Georgia.
Yes.
I mean, they're like us. Auburn's won 3 times in 20 years. I know that pains a lot of people. It pains me to even say it, but it's facts. And so right now, when you look at it, I guess Florida State may be better based on what we were just watching. I ain't too sure. They look horrible. If that's what they're rolling out there right now, I would expect Alabama to go down there the first week and just do whatever they need to do in that game. But you open up like he said with two teams you should just line up and in your sleep beat. But then LSU, Miami, Texas, and Texas A&M with a bye sandwiched in the middle of all that. I don't see them. I see one win out of that possibly, and then you get Mississippi State and another bye, and then you go to Georgia you play Georgia in Jacksonville, and then you got at Kentucky, who's horrible, Ole Miss, and you see what Lane Kiffin's been doing.
Now they beat Ole Miss last year.
I know they did. I know they did, but I mean, Ole Miss played about as bad as you could play in a football game. I mean, Jackson Dart came out there 3 times in a row and threw it right to him.
Yes, he
trying
did.
to come back down the field and tie the game, and he threw it directly. It's like he had some type of color blindness or his – I don't know what was wrong with him. It almost looked like he had a fix in. He was throwing them so easily to the other side. So then Tennessee, man, I mean, you remember when Tennessee, Florida was like really early in the season, like 3rd week? Yeah. That's the next to last game of the year. It's just these schedules are so crazy now.
They are. It is odd. Again, like you said, at LSU is going to be very difficult to start the season. But that's like basically, Auburn's Baylor. That one is the one that if you can win that game, if you're Florida, then it opens up the rest of the schedule. Then you start thinking, okay, if we could beat LSU in Baton Rouge, then going to Miami or going to a rented stadium, if that's a neutral site game, if you want to call it that.
But they're still going to have a.
But they think, hey, that's no big deal than going and winning that game. But if you lose to LSU, and
it was a big deal last year when they got their doors blown off at home.
And the openers have not been good for Florida. I mean,
no, they haven't. Better be glad they're playing LIU instead of LSU to open the season. But, of course, openers ain't been good for LSU either. They ain't won one since 2019.
That's true.
I mean, and they got to go to Clemson to start the season. So,
and I don't expect them to win that one.
Well, Clemson's probably one of the top 2 or 3 teams based on what poll you're looking at. I mean, you talk about a guy in Cade Klubnik coming in as one of the more highly touted quarterbacks in the country. I mean, now Dabo is quietly once again got Clemson back up there in the talk of a team that could possibly win another national championship.
They're top of the ACC, which I'm not saying that's a whole lot.
Yeah, but they're top, I think, maybe overall. I mean, they've gotten some pieces in the – he actually went into the portal, which he was adamantly against, and he's gotten some guys out of it, and they're pretty talented, Andy. I mean, we'll see how it all plays out.
I think they're a very good team. I'm not sure they're a great team. We'll see.
Well, they'll do enough to get in the playoffs.
Well, sure, yeah.
I mean, which is more than we can say. But I know it's apples to oranges. We don't play, in the same conference, obviously. But I mean, Clemson's got when you got a good quarterback, you're going to have a chance. And Cade Klubnik's proven that he can do it, and he's got a lot of hype going into the season around him.
He does have a lot of hype. He is a Heisman candidate, and have played an ACC schedule. That Clemson will be favored to win most of their games. So now, if LSU goes in there and blows their doors off, then everybody's going to look at Garrett Nussmeier and say, well, okay, and they'll kind of forget about it, Clemson toward the end of the year when Clemson has probably not lost another game since. That opener, that's usually how those things kind of go. But anyway, all right, we will take a break here and bring back Corey Burton from Locked On Vandy. Now, I'll be honest with you. I had to ask Luke, is there a Locked On for Vanderbilt? Do they actually have one of
what
those?
are they locking on to?
But, hey, with Diego Pavia on the scene, I mean, Vandy going to a bowl game, winning a bowl game last year, I mean, there's some dare I say there's some excitement in Nashville.
Well, I mean, not as much as you can get.
I mean, we'll see, but
much as you can get.
Much as you can get if you're a Vandy.
Look, I mean, they beat both of us last year here in this
Not
state,
a lot to say, yeah. Not a lot we can say.
But on the regular, that ain't happening. So,
well, I think we've lost to Vandy, 3 out of the last 4 times we played them?
Is it 3 out of the last 4?
Well, we lost in 2012, I know. We lost in.
Well, I was there 2 years ago when we beat them up there.
Yes, we did. We hammered them pretty good.
Yeah, I mean.
So, but we lost to that one in James Franklin in 2008. I know that.
Maybe so. I mean, we played them sporadically, and we've had some crappy teams.
Some ugly.
They
happen to always catch us when we're our worst.
08, 12. I mean, boy, what great teams we had. Jeez.
All right, we got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Brett here with you. Just about 20 more minutes left in the first hour of tonight's program. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We're going to go back to the phone line.
Air McKinley Mortgage Pro Hotline.
There you go.
Caller, go ahead. No caller there. Go ahead, caller. Thanks, Reed. We appreciate that. 0 for 2 there. So appreciate checking on making sure they were there. So anyway.
Well, if you did call.
They did call.
If you did call and we didn't get through, try us back, 256-234-6221.
What happened to a little patience in this?
Well, you never know. It may be technical difficulties with the phone around here. You never quite know for sure. But, here's one of these things that I was going to bring up a little bit later. I'll go ahead and bring it up now. But ESPN, I got problems with ESPN. But they do some good stuff occasionally, and that's fine. And so I take the good with the bad. But I'll go on there every now and then. They came out with 40 most important players in college football. The 40 most important players.
40 most important players.
In all of college football in 2025. Okay? Now, I mean, I'll just go ahead and tell you, number one on the list, Brett, who might you think that would be?
The 40 most important players?
Most important players in college football.
Today, this year.
In 2025.
Man, I'm scared to say.
Arch Manning, the most important player.
I mean, the guy that hadn't done anything really.
Hadn't done a thing.
Well, but he's the most important.
If he doesn't do great, they're saying Texas, no good.
Well,
I guess. Most important
no
player.
Pressure, Arch,
none.
no pressure.
Okay, I'm just giving you a feel for the list. Number 2, Gunnar Stockton.
Oh, really?
Number 2 most important
player. Are they saying because
player.
If both of those guys do crap the bed, then both programs may take a step back?
That is apparently what they're saying. Number 3, Ty Simpson.
Man, yeah, I mean, again, not really done much.
Hadn't done anything at all. Okay, so, I mean, you get the sense of what this list might look like.
I do.
How many Auburn players would you think are in this 40 most important players in college football in 2025?
0.
It would be a big fat 0. We didn't even get an also being thought about mentioning. Okay, they even go down, and they'll break it up into like the top 10, and then they'll say, we also considered, not even consideration of being in there. Okay, I mean, so this will tell you, and the more that this off season goes on, I think all signs are pointing to Auburn having a great year. I'm God bless me, I'm starting to buy into. I'm starting to buy into the Jim Hardy. We may go 9. We may end up in 9 or 10 wins here.
You learn not to listen to Jim.
I have learned, but I'm telling you,
more times you got to put your hand on the hot stove.
Even in the last 4 years, there have been national pundits that, you better, Bo Nix, you better watch him, Heisman candidate, and then, or anybody. Watch this guy on defense for all. Nope, they don't care.
They have time with it.
No, they look at Auburn and they do not see anything of value. They don't think Auburn's worth anything.
Well, let me just say this. Whatever.
So
that
when
list,
does Auburn do well?
That list is a big pile of donk.
Well, of course
because to think that you can't say that Keldor Fault may be one of the, if not the
Cam
best
Coleman. I mean,
yeah, come on, man.
Come on,
give me a break. I mean, that's just a complete and total ignore that program, which Auburn hasn't earned a right to really be on any list because we've had 4 years of crap. So, you know what? At this point, it don't mean anything. Go out and prove that you're one of the top. And again, Xavier Chaplin.
Can I read you 11 through 15?
I mean, you can.
Lenora Sellers, DJ Lagway, John Mateer, Marcel Reed, Austin Simmons.
All quarterbacks, man.
Are those teams that much better than Auburn?
Well, I mean, you don't think Jackson Arnold's key for Auburn?
Jackson Arnold ain't sniffed this list.
Well, and I'm going to say this, and I kind of talked about it when we were making our predictions and kind of looking at where teams were going to finish. I mean, Lenore Sellers is a great quarterback, I think, but South Carolina is South Carolina. You look up, and they have no banners for a reason, and he ain't going to bring them one either.
No.
So, yeah, okay, he's important to South Carolina, but he's important to the tune of, will they go 8-4 or 6-6? You know, that's really kind of what South Carolina is historically. On Marcel Reed, I mean, Texas A&M, same thing. DJ Lagway, and I hear what Brandon Olson said, but the dude breaks fingernails and nicks heels and calves, and there's always something.
Yeah.
There's always a boot. There's always a sling. There's always something. And that's what everybody's saying about – he has not missed but one game, but it's always some kind of little nagging something. So he's been able to, I guess, not, but he didn't play all year last year. That's another thing. So it's – everybody's got their issues, but I don't even know who came up. What'd you say? Who came up with that?
ESPN.
Well, then, I mean.
All right, let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, hopefully we'll be joined by Corey Burton from Locked On Vandy right after this.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care, open 7 days a week.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Here comes more big rigs, loaded with new GMC trucks and SUVs to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Choose from a huge selection of full-size GMC Sierras, discounted up to $13,000 off, and enjoy no payments until September. Plug into the future with the exciting new GMC Sierra EV, now with a 36-month lease for just $799 a month. That's right, just $799 a month. Glenn Smith GMC, now celebrating 33 years. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, is looking for the next hometown hero. Hometown heroes could be first responders, public service workers, community leaders, pastors, community volunteers, or anyone who is making a difference in your hometown. Submit your nominations now online at myhscu.com. And if your nominee is selected, they will get a $100 Visa cash card and a certificate of appreciation from Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Red Flag Pest Control is Central Alabama's best in pest control, with hometown service in Lake Martin and now the greater Montgomery area. When you see pests, throw down the red flag. Termites, bed bugs, carpenter bees, mosquitoes, or general pests. Red Flag gets the job done at the right price for your home or business. At Lake Martin, call 888-943-0353 or in Montgomery, 334-265-1831. Red Flag, the best in pest control in Central Alabama.
The Honda Summer Event is going on now at Sarah Honda in Sylacauga. Hit the road with the hottest ride. Plus, every vehicle we offer comes with a Sarah Promise, like a new 2025 Honda Civic Sedan, lease for $289 a month, or a new 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid, lease for $369 a month, or like a 2025 Ridgeline, lease for $359 a month. Your ultimate summer wheels await at Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy Graham and Brett Pritchard here with you. Going to go back to the Eric McKinley Mortgage Pro Hotline and welcome in our second guest this evening, Corey Burton from Locked On Vandy. Corey, thanks for being with us.
Man, appreciate you guys having me, man. I'm excited to be on with you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Well, the Vanderbilt Commodores 2025, after 4 years, winning basically 9 games in 4 years, they go up 7-6 last year and go to a bowl game and win that. My goodness, it is amazing how much difference a quarterback can make.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And, just the passion, the energy, the leadership qualities that he possessed, I mean, those went for miles as far as Vanderbilt's production goes. And, he brings a lot of playmaking ability to the table as well. I mean, he's just what you want as a quarterback and as a leader.
Yeah, there's, from an Auburn fan's perspective.
Sick of him.
Yeah, absolutely. But, he's coming back this year. Talk about this Vanderbilt team in 2025. What have they been able to surround Pavia with that gives them the hope to maybe even take a next step this year?
Well, they've hit the portal really hard again this season. They rebuilt the offensive line with a ton of experience, guys that have played in their respective schools before they came here. They got a great center in Jordan White coming over from Liberty. He's an NFL prospect. Sterling Porche competing at guard from Texas Tech. Isaiah Glass coming over from Oklahoma State. They rebuilt the entire offensive line. They built a ton of depth there as well. And so that was one of the things. That was one of the big things, pun intended slightly. That was one of the big things that faltered for Vandy down the stretch, causing them to lose those 3 games against South Carolina, LSU, and Tennessee. So they've rebuilt that. They've got a new philosophy going there. Eli Stowers coming back was a huge deal. I mean, he's on all the award watch list, the Litnikoff list, the Walter Camp list. He's a preseason All-American, preseason All-SEC. I mean, any award that you can win as a tight end, he's got it. They hit the portal hard on wide receivers. They got some guys that are really talented. We just don't know much about them. One of their best receivers is going to be their D2 transfer from Wabash. His name is Trey Richardson. I mean, he's really showed out in camp. And then, of course, the running back position, I think, has a really good one with Cedric Alexander, who's on the Doak Walker list. And they've just got weapons built all around them, and the defense is loaded up. They return a ton of production there, and they've built depth pieces there as well. So I think just the total complementary aspect of the team, I think, has improved a lot from last year. They won 7 games a year ago with that schedule. So I'm expecting big things, honestly.
Corey, this is Brad. Again, appreciate you being on with us tonight.
Absolutely.
Vanderbilt, historically, when you look at the SEC, kind of been at the bottom, but, Clark Lee comes in and, again, last year goes in the portal and gets Diego Pavia, and, he turns it around. I mean, you guys almost beat Texas, and you beat Auburn, you beat Alabama, so you had some really good wins mixed in there. With the new way college football is and the money and how much you put into it, I've heard some guys with some other programs that have said, look, man, it doesn't matter how much money we pour into it. We're not going to ever get to that level the way college football is structured. What gives you some hope that Vanderbilt maybe could be a team now with the new college football structure and the way the payments are, that they can go get even more guys in the portal, convince them to come and say, look, you can come and you can compete for championships here at Vanderbilt now? Do you think that's something that Vanderbilt can ever attain and get to a point? Because, again, a lot of people feel like the halves continue to just get a little bit further and further away from everybody else.
Well, I mean, I certainly think they can. I mean, they've shown that they're capable of improving their team a lot just by going and getting some of these guys in the portal. But the city of Nashville, the NIL potential that you have in the city of Nashville, the wealth that Vanderbilt could tap into within their own network if they decided to, like, there's a lot of untapped resources that I think Vanderbilt is starting to discover or going to start trying to discover. So I think I think once they reach a certain point and once they decide that money's not going to be an option, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think they're going to be able to, if they're willing to, go out and compete for these guys in the portal, continue to develop at the high school level, but continue to go grab these big names in the portal and really start to add to their roster. And I think the continued success, like this season, is going to be a huge season. If they can follow it up with another 7-6 or better, I think that's going to give them a lot of momentum in saying that, hey, we're a good and improving program, and come to Nashville, which is one of the fastest growing cities in the entire country. So I think they have that going for them. It's just going to be interesting to kind of see how they can leverage that to try to get up towards the top and try to get up in those. Because I think money-wise, they could probably compete where they're at. They just got to decide to start trying to compete where with the upper levels.
When you look at the schedule this year, it's pretty challenging. Road games at Virginia Tech, at South Carolina, at Alabama, at Texas, at Tennessee. That in itself is very, very difficult. Home games with LSU and Missouri and Auburn and Kentucky. When you look at that schedule and you talk about getting to that 7-6 mark, where are the ones where you look at and say, well, these are the ones that we absolutely have to have?
I think when you look at Kentucky, I think when you look at Auburn, I think when you look at Missouri, I think those are three games right there on the conference slate that I feel really good about because they were a doink field goal away from beating Missouri. They took care of Auburn down in Auburn and also took care of Kentucky up in Lexington. So I feel good about those teams visiting. I feel really good about their chances on the road against Virginia Tech, and I think if they can get some momentum after Virginia Tech, I think they could carry that over. And I feel really good and really confident that if they can get a win at Virginia Tech, I think that gives them a chance and sets them up to play really well at South Carolina. The ones that give me worry, obviously, the road game at Bama, the road game at Texas, and I think Tennessee is kind of in a weird place right now. Obviously, they're extremely talented. They're a playoff team, and they didn't lose enough off their roster for us to say they're pretty terrible. But like when your quarterback position's in flux, like it kind of gives you a chance. But so we'll see kind of how they develop. But that game's kind of like a swing game. Unfortunately for us, it's in the Neyland Stadium, so that makes it a little bit more tough. But that's going to be an interesting one there. But you know, it's like I said, it's a you play in the SEC. It's always a tough schedule, no matter how you slice it, dice it. So they just got to come out, show out, and just do what they do. Play to their identity. Play what makes them successful.
Those first 5 games there, you talk about. You could see potentially Vanderbilt be 5-0 going into Alabama. Now, how big would that be? They beat Alabama last year. That would definitely be a must-watch game if Vanderbilt were to navigate those first 5 games and go into Bryant-Denny Stadium. Probably ranked. I don't know where they would be ranked, but 5-0 with wins on the road at Virginia Tech and South Carolina would probably have them in the top, maybe even in the top 15.
Yeah, I think top 15 to top 20, I think would be about the range if they were 5-0 with those type of wins. But man, that would be huge. Like you get those 2 huge road wins at the beginning of the season. Obviously, if you take care of business, if you win convincingly against Utah State and Georgia State, which overlooking Georgia State's not going to be a problem based on what happened last year. But this has a chance to be, I'll use the word epic, because if they can upset South Carolina, snap that 16-game losing streak, that would be a huge monkey off their back. That would be massive for their confidence. And I think going into that Alabama game, I think, honestly, if all those factors were there, I think it would be right for Alabama fans to be worried. But right now, I don't think any Alabama fans are worried, and, rightfully so. They're Alabama. They're extremely talented. They've got year 2 of Kalen DeBoer. Ty Simpson seems to be their guy. Like, they have a lot of things going for them. And so I don't blame them for not being worried now, but, I think that game gets really interesting if both teams are 5-0.
Well, one final question, and we'll let you go. Have they finished the renovation to the stadium?
As Clark Lee put it, they're probably going to be driving the last nail and tightening the last screw as they tee it up against Charleston Southern. It's going to come down to the wire. They're not quite done yet.
Okay. Well, Corey, we really appreciate you joining us. Good luck to the Commodores for the rest of the season, and maybe we'd love to have you on sometime later this season.
Maybe right before the Auburn game.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. I appreciate you guys having me on, and I appreciate being able to talk about Vanderbilt. I mean, it's pretty wild that Vanderbilt's even this much of a story to talk about, because that's also next level for this program based on where they've been the last, we'll say, decade. So
absolutely,
it's pretty exciting stuff, and Diego Pavia and Eli Stowers are definitely making that possible. So I appreciate you guys having me on for sure.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you too, buddy. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Corey.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Gory's Furniture Express, your expressway to savings. Come on, get on board. Gory's Furniture saves you more. We try harder in every way, so drive a little and save today. Gory's Furniture Express, your expressway to savings.
Hi, I'm Abby Guy, Vice President at Riverbank and Trust. They say that most banks offer the same products, but Riverbank offers something most can't: personal connection. We love getting to know our customers by name and making them feel special with every interaction. It's a feeling of warm hospitality you won't find anywhere else. Experience it for yourself.
4 days, multiple venues, non-stop entertainment from Nashville's top music makers. The Lake Martin Songwriters Festival is back, July 24th through the 27th. Visit LakeMartinSongwritersFestival.com for details. 3 of Alabama's own, one unforgettable night. Country music star Drake White takes the stage with special guests Adam Hood and Charlie Argo. Live at the Amp, July 26th. Brought to you by the Lake Martin Songwriters Festival. Tickets on sale now.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy Graham and Brett Pritchard here with you, hour number 2. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Give us a call, 256-234-6221. Let us know what's on your mind. If you'd like to talk about the Florida Gators or the Vanderbilt Commodores, the Auburn Tigers, or the Alabama Crimson Tide. Of course, forget that last one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us. We are brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by Sunshine Heating and Air. For all your heating and cooling needs, barely need an air conditioner the last 2 days. How about that? Did I see it was like the lowest temperature ever, since I've been keeping up with it? Birmingham.
Where's global
like,
warming at?
Yeah, really. It's like 70-something degrees, 72 degrees on August.
Yeah,
Lord,
I mean, you talk about bottling that up. If you could keep that year round.
I'm fine with it for a day or two, but bring back the heat.
75? What do you mean?
Come
day
bring
or two, dude.
Bring back the 90s, man.
What's wrong with you, dude?
This is summer.
Burn your dang skin off. I mean,
Oh, come
I ain't God almighty. I like summer too, but man, it felt
Give me
good.
at 85. I mean, come on.
Something wrong.
It's the summer, man. It's
90.
August.
I'm with you. But, I mean, I'm just saying you want it to be comfortable. I mean, you love to bottle up comfortable weather year round.
85
I don't
is
want it to
comfortable
be
to me.
5 degrees either, but I don't want it to be 105 with the heat index.
I don't need 105.
I was at football practice the other day at Benjamin Russell, man, and it's like it was 1,000 degrees, man, and for 2.5 hours. The sun was literally it may have been one of the hottest days of the summer. No wind, just sun beating completely down on you. So, I'm not a big fan of that. I like the lake. I love the beach. I'm more of a beach guy than I'm the mountains guy. But, I mean, if you can give me 75 in August, man, I'm taking that, dude.
I'll take it for a few days because that's all you're going to get.
Well,
So
I
you
might
might as well
course,
enjoy
yeah,
it.
right, true.
Well, speaking of that, Benjamin Russell Wildcats, what's the prognosis for 2025?
I mean, we'll find out.
They open up pretty tough schedule.
Yeah, open up with Opelika and Central Clay. That's a Friday.
Home or away, both? Or
Opelika's on the road. The Central Clay game's at home, and it will, again, that's a Thursday night game, so that'll be the statewide.
Opelika?
No, the Central Clay. So the Friday night opener with Opelika, and then come back in a short week and play Central Clay. So at home, but looking forward to those two games. And again, right out of the gate, you'll kind of know where you stand. You're playing two really, really good programs and two teams that are going to be well coached, and Brian Moore and Danny Horn, and they'll have their teams ready to go. And there is no learning curve when you play those two teams to start the season. So they, again, I think. The roster is better, obviously, and had some guys come in with Coach Johnson, and you're going to have a new look at quarterback. You're going to have a new look at middle linebacker. So,
who is the quarterback?
Kingston Preyer, the kid that won the state championship last year for Montgomery Catholic as a freshman. So, does not look like a freshman or sophomore now.
Is he a thrower, runner, both?
Both.
Okay.
They just 6'3", about 200, 205 pounds, just a big – does not look like a sophomore. And so he's got a lot of targets to throw to. He's got 3 or 4 really good receivers on this team. And, it'll be a matter of, again, the lines of scrimmage, just like it does for a lot of teams in high school and college. Can you win the lines of scrimmage against teams that are as good or better than you? That's going to be the determining factor. So a lot of excitement, coming into the Sportplex with a new Jumbotron that'll be there, make the experience a little bit better for people and more interactive. So just a lot going on. It's hard to believe that we are less than 20 days away from, I think, 17 days now from the first high school football game.
Wow. So. Okay. Well, that all sounds exciting. I know there's a lot of outside confidence maybe or expectation for this Benjamin Russell team. A lot of people feel like this is a team that could make some noise.
Well, I mean, again, they're going to have to navigate a tough schedule. You got Spain Park Arena. You got the two teams that we just talked about. But, again, I don't think anybody ever has run from competition at Benjamin Russell, and I think they'll be a team that will be hopefully hitting their stride at the right time coming down the stretch.
Yeah,
so you want to win them all, but the thing about the Opelika game is that they're not a region opponent. They're a 7A team. They've been a rival for a long time, but they're a much larger school than us now. So you go in a little bit, underdogish as you have for the last decade or so against them. And, Central Clay, again, you know what you get with Danny Horn. And they just seem to figure out a way to reload every single year. Now, I think they had one of their best skill groups they've ever had in school history last year. And they just had a bunch of guys that anybody would take, at receiver and DB and all that. And I think they lost a lot of those guys, but you can't get caught into what Central Clay loses from one year to the next. They'll be fundamentally sound. They'll be ready to go. They'll have great athletes on both sides of the ball. They'll be well conditioned, and they'll be ready to play. So,
well, maybe there'll be some big-time highlights at the Sportsplex that you can put on. Try out your new jumbo.
Hopefully so.
Who's going to be running that, by the way? You going to have Justin up there running that?
No, Justin. Yeah, I don't think Justin.
Are you going to have Kane running it?
No, it'll be the BRHS media class, and they've got somebody that will be over that whole deal, and so again, hopefully that thing will be up and running. I know it's been installed now; it's up, and
which end of the field we talking?
We're looking from the press box, just on the left side.
Oh, okay, so opposite the scoreboard,
opposite of the other scoreboard. So, you remember the other scoreboard that used to be there in that corner? It just took the place of that one. So,
okay.
So yeah, it's exciting. Again, high school football's here with HSA Network. We will have the kickoff classic games coming up. So that'll be in a couple of weeks as well. We've got media days next Thursday in Montgomery at the HSA headquarters. This will be Heath Harmon's second year as executive director. So still a lot of changes. Had Caleb Ross, an associate director, former Prattville head coach, former coach at Opelika, just a really nice guy that was down at East Alabama Media Days last week with us. Had a chance to interview him, and just recently been coaching at Tulane. So comes back to the high school side, really explained why he left college football, wants to spend more time with his kids and be back in the high school game. So, but because he said, if you think high school's rough, he said, man, go coach college. You find out what it's like to not see anybody in your family ever.
Wow.
So,
all right, we're going to go ahead and take a break. But when we come back, Eric Kane with Locked On Vols when we come back right after this.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City. Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Brett here with you. We're going to push that Tennessee one segment down the road. But appreciate all of you out there being with us tonight.
You're still talking about the WNBA?
Yeah.
I mean, can somebody verify that she really said that? I mean, because there's so much crap out on the in social media and stuff now. You have to really kind of watch. And I'd seen this already in some places, but I don't know if
look, I misspeak all the time. Sometimes that just happens.
But did Angel Reese really say that? I'm just asking.
I don't. It's possible.
I mean, she said
probable.
In comparing the WNBA pay gap to sports media reporters, she was at a presser, it looks like, and said, I haven't seen it. So, again, I'm totally going off what this graphic said with a pretty reputable outlet on Twitter that pushed this out. Said, y'all make $1,400 a week. I make $1,400 every 7 days. Surely she didn't say that.
Again, everybody gets confused about things from time.
I guess,
But maybe she meant you make $1,400 a minute if she's talking about an NBA player or something. I don't know. But regardless, the WNBA they've got their issues, that's for sure. And I don't think they do themselves any favors by, coming out with T-shirts that say, pay us what you owe us. And things like,
what do you owe? Well, I mean, in a league that is really propped up by
subsidized by the NBA.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm all for the league. I'm proud that they are, there's more attention on the league now than it's ever been. I mean, they got some really good players, and but I think it's a little bit stretch if you think you're going to get paid what LeBron James gets paid, or get paid what Luka Doncic is going to get paid. And those franchises are worth. I mean, this is all business, so this has nothing to do with gender. It's all entertainment. But the Dallas Mavericks, or let's just say the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Minnesota Lynx, go put a price tag on both of those franchises, and then now we'll see which one and why they paid the way they pay, and attendance and all. I mean, it just is what it is, man.
Well, it comes back to like what we were talking about earlier with Shaquille O'Neal. Name, image, and likeness. If you've earned it, that's fine.
Right.
But like you say, if the WNBA is making money, the more money it makes, the more, share of that the players deserve, and that's wonderful.
Do we have a caller?
I don't know.
Or do we have a caller, Reed? Okay.
We do have a caller.
That's nice. All right. Eric McKinley, Mortgage Pro Hotline. Caller, go ahead. Hey, caller. Hello. All right.
Hey.
Can you hear us?
I got you.
What's up?
How we doing?
We're good. Who we got? Who we got here?
This is Eric Kane.
Oh, okay. I apologize. We didn't realize that was you. We thought that was just a caller on the show, a random
That's
caller.
right.
That's all right. It was miscommunication.
Well, now that we got Eric with us,
of course.
Eric, we appreciate you being with us, and we're just going to go right into your segment.
Absolutely.
So
we got Eric Kane from Locked On Vols with us. Thank you, Eric, for being with us tonight.
Hey, happy to be here. Live radio, it's like nothing else, man. You just got to roll the punch.
Yeah, and live TV's even better.
Yeah, live TV's even. Yeah, right.
Well, Eric, let's talk about the Tennessee Volunteers. I mean, you talk about a team that has gone through some confusion and things like that. With Nico, up and leaving, that.
Are you scared to say his last name?
I'm not even going to attempt it.
I
never
say when
have.
you just stopped, didn't they? Is it Emi Aliava?
Iamaliava.
Okay, so I was close.
Yeah, but say
I was close.
I don't have to learn how to say it. He's at UCLA.
Neither do Tennessee fans now. They don't have to worry about saying it anymore either.
Well, I mean, that you have that falling out. He leaves. Has the quarterback situation been settled at Tennessee right now?
No, it's definitely not settled. So Nico left, essentially the last day of spring practice, and Tennessee had to scramble to find a quarterback, not just someone to contend for a starting job, but they only had 2 scholarship quarterbacks on the roster when he left, so they had to get somebody no matter what. So, of course, go out and get Joey Aguilar, pretty much the quote-unquote trade with UCLA, if you want to call it that. And he's been in here, and they started camp last week, and he's obviously got the most experience in the room. He's, holds a bunch of records at Appalachian State. He's got a lively arm. So far in the first week of training camp, I mean, it's not been full pads. When the media's been present, they really haven't, let him air it out or anything. It's been a lot of short, intermediate throws. They did some bootleg action a couple days ago, and throwing on the run, and I thought he looked really, really good in that regard. So it's a true quarterback competition. I think Joey Aguilar is obviously the front runner because he's got the most experience, but no experience in the system. So between him and Jake Merklinger, I think it's going to get interesting here in the next couple of weeks. But to answer your question, no, the quarterback battle is not unsettled yet. I assume Joey Aguilar is going to win that battle, but he's got to go out and earn it.
What's your expectations, Eric? Let's just cut right to the chase. You guys have had 3 really solid seasons, 2 double-digit win seasons with a 9-4 mixed in there. I mean, Josh Heupel's come in and done a tremendous job with his Tennessee program and vaulted them back up to a discussion of competing for championships now year in and year out. But with the transfer portal and the wild, crazy world that we have in college football now, what's your gut feeling tell you with this roster and, of course, losing, your star quarterback and now having to go through another quarterback battle? What do you feel like this team could do this year?
Yeah, I mean, I like the makeup of this team. I like the roster. It wasn't too long ago when Josh Heupel first got here, what he inherited, and it took a while to get kind of build the depth at certain positions and for it to truly look like an SEC caliber team from a depth perspective. And I mean, sure, you're thin at some spots, but I like the makeup of this team. I think the defense is going to be really solid. It's going to be a really good defensive line. You lose James Pierce, but you bring back a lot of guys who played. I think the linebacking group is the deepest it's been under the Josh Heupel era, and I like the secondary. Jermon McCoy, an All-American cornerback, he's coming off a torn ACL, so obviously that's a question, but I like the other corners there. And I think the defense is going to kind of lead the way again. I like the run game. You lost Dylan Sampson, but Josh Heupel's, ran for 2,500-plus yards all 4 years here at Tennessee, so running the football has never been an issue. I got questions at wide receiver, got questions at quarterback, so I'm not oblivious. I know there's a lot of questions specifically on the offensive end, but the way this team's going to run the football, the way this team's, I think, is going to play defense, and then you look at that schedule. Sure, I mean, anytime you have Alabama, Georgia, and Florida on the schedule, I'm not going to call it easy, but Tennessee only plays 3 teams ranked in the coaches' poll, the top 25. I mean, it's a pretty favorable schedule. So I think Tennessee can absolutely win 9 games in the regular season if you have a signature win. If that's Alabama, if it's Georgia, whoever. I mean, Oklahoma in November, if you get a signature win, I think Tennessee can contend and be in that conversation for the college football playoff. But certainly, got questions. You got to hit a quarterback, and you got to be able to score some points.
When you look at the schedule opening with a neutral site game against Syracuse, ETSU, Georgia, UAB at Mississippi State before the first bye, do you look at that Georgia game as kind of the game, really the most important game on the schedule in a way that if you can win that game, my goodness, you're, like you said, with the schedule setting up, you think this team could find themselves in the playoff. If you lose that game, maybe you're fighting because like you said,
This
at Alabama,
Yeah.
Oklahoma, at Florida toward the end of the year.
Yeah, and I mean that's what's so great about the 12-team era of the college football playoffs. We know it's going to expand to 14 or 16 teams here in the next year or two, I would assume. But I mean, everybody's in the conversation. You can be in that conversation, through mid-November till the end of November. It makes it fun. And you look at Tennessee's schedule, the way you guys just laid it out. I mean, I don't ever want to take anything for granted, but I think Tennessee, that neutral site game against Syracuse, personally, my opinion, I don't care who's the quarterback. I think Tennessee wins that game on a neutral site by 2 touchdowns. I mean, Syracuse was really good last year, but they have lost so much offensive production, and the defense last year wasn't very good to begin with. So I like Tennessee in that game. I like Tennessee on the road to Mississippi State there before the bye. Of course, Georgia in week 3. That's the big one. Georgia's got, I'm not sold on Gunnar Stockton, but Georgia has always got a great defense, really good secondary. They've got 2 talented running backs, got questions on the offensive line, but typically questions for Georgia. They figure out answers to that with, 5-star recruits, top recruiting classes. So that game's at home. If you can steal that game, man, you're sitting pretty. But even if you drop that game, I mean, Tennessee could potentially be, 5-1 heading into the bye? I mean, you're still very much in that conversation. But, again, you've got to get a game at Alabama. You got to get a game at Florida. You got to make sure you beat Oklahoma at home. I like Tennessee's schedule layout. I specifically like the first 5 or 6 games where knowing Georgia's going to be a really, really big challenge, but you could head into that first bye with a 5-1 record and, be right in the center of all these conversations.
Well, Eric, we really appreciate you joining us tonight. Again, sorry about the confusion.
Sorry about the hiccup there.
Sorry about the confusion.
Okay.
But,
Tennessee's poised for a great year.
Absolutely.
I mean, they really are.
I always enjoy getting to catch up and learn something new about these teams that certainly we didn't know. Good luck to the Volunteers the rest of the year, and definitely like to have you back on maybe before the Alabama game.
Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you guys for having me. Really enjoyed it, and looking forward to the next time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Eric.
You guys.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
This spring and summer, make your land, farming, lawn, and landscaping needs have 0 risk and 100% success with Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor, with 0% financing on all our Mahindra tractors, many with up to 84-month terms. Our inventory of Mahindra tractors and farm implements is beefed up, and more are coming in daily. We also have extended 0% terms on Spartan mowers to handle your mowing needs with the best and 0-turn mowers priced to move. At Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor, your authorized Mahindra and Spartan dealer.
At Dixie Overhead Door, we specialize in top-quality garage door solutions for homes across Alabama and Georgia. In need of a garage door repair or a brand new garage door installation, our expert team delivers fast, reliable service with local expertise that you can trust, providing customized solutions and exceptional care every step of the way. Visit us today at DixieOverheadDoor.com and experience the Dixie difference.
Call Dixie and it's done.
Alex City and west side of the lake. It's time to celebrate because the all-new Lake Martin Pizza is open with the area's best pizza, and it's just down Highway 63 South in our town. Lake Martin Pizza of Highway 63 has a huge outdoor seating area with enclosed heated comfort, a full bar with cold beer, wine, and full spirit selection with family ownership and fun for the whole family. Dine in or pick up. It's just a short drive to our town and is hands down the area's best pizza. Like us on Facebook to see upcoming live entertainment and watch sports on our 360 wraparound TVs. Rejoice! Lake Martin Pizza on Highway 63 is ready for you.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Brett here with you. Only about 30 more minutes left in tonight's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. How about looking, we're only, good grief now, about 18 days away from actual college football. There's actually a game August 23rd.
Right.
Iowa State and Kansas State. It's not even a bad game. Yeah. I mean, it's not a great game.
But it's not terrible.
But it should be competitive.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
And, that's a game to actually think about. There's going to be Thursday, August the 28th, you got Boise State and South Florida. Ohio and Rutgers. Those are not really something to get. Jacksonville State and Central Florida, if you're a Jacksonville State fan.
There you go.
Around here, pretty close. Alabama State and UAB. How about Nebraska and Cincinnati? No? No. Miami, Ohio, and Wisconsin? No. On Friday, the 29th, you've got a little game that I like to call Auburn and Baylor. 7 o'clock on Fox. We've talked about that, and you and Randy talked about that today. Also at the same time, by the way, Georgia Tech and Colorado playing at 7 o'clock on ESPN.
All right.
So that's the competition for Auburn and Baylor.
Okay.
But
well, I'm looking forward to going. And
a couple of years ago, Brett, I don't know if maybe it was last year. I think it was 2 years ago. Dude from Mississippi State basically just said Auburn was a given. The guy from Vandy just told us tonight, I feel great about that game, the Auburn game. Well, that's where we – now,
no, that's where we are. I mean, it is where we are.
That may not be where we end up at the end of the year. I hope it's not. But that's the perception of Auburn. That's what it has become.
Well, when you lose – you have 4 losing seasons, that it should be your perception. And, over time, you become we said this all the way back when we were talking about Tennessee over time and how far 1998 had gotten away from the Tennessee program. And, all of a sudden you look up in a prominent program, your new norm is mediocre at best. And Auburn has been mediocre at best the last 4 years. And so you look at kids that are 16 years old and are now 20 years old that they go, well, Auburn, this ain't much. When Vanderbilt beats you on a regular basis and New Mexico State beats you at home, I had that conversation on another show today, and I said basically when you allow your standards to drop, then your new norm drops with it. And Auburn, we've always said this, is that Auburn, facility-wise, talent-wise, fan base-wise, should always be a program that no matter what their schedule, when you look down, there's 8 wins out there. They got to play bad or screw one up to lose. There's always going to be 4 teams probably on your schedule that the team is as good, if not better than you. You're going to have some games where you're the underdog. But it's not – I've said this, and you remember me saying this numerous times. Yeah, the Georgia rivalry has gotten away from us. The Alabama game has kind of gotten away from us as of late, but not as bad as the Georgia rivalry. It's not Georgia and Alabama. It's the other teams. It's the Mississippi States. It's the Vanderbilts. It's the South Carolinas that we should always line up and be favored against that have allowed us to drop to the level where we've dropped. Losing to Georgia and Alabama only counts for 2 losses. They can't make you go 6-6 or 5-7.
Yeah.
They can contribute to it, but you're obviously losing to teams like Cal and terrible Arkansas teams and things like that put you in a position to be 5-7 and 6-6.
Well, look, you and I both know that Auburn's a better program than Vanderbilt, than Arkansas,
well, no doubt,
than
no
South
doubt.
Carolina.
But they hadn't been playing like.
But they hadn't played like, and we're not going to get back that reputation in 1 year.
No.
But it's got to start with 1 year.
You got to get off your duff and decide.
It's got to happen.
Well, we've never had 4 losing seasons in mine in your lifetime either. Not in a row. Not 4 losing seasons in a row.
No.
So it's, again, ifs and buts, what ifs and all this kind of stuff. But last year there were 5 games that Auburn just pretty much crapped away.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
But I just –
Cal, Arkansas, Missouri.
We got to get back to the place where people look at the schedule and go, well, that's probably a loss.
Yeah, that's probably a loss.
I
think you bring up the best point. I think you bring up what you and I have grown up knowing about Auburn and what most people that are 30-plus and older know Auburn is. Now, everybody younger than that, we haven't proven that. We've had flashes in the pan. We've had some really phenomenal seasons. But outside of that, we've had more downers than we've had good seasons. Let's just be honest about it. I mean, Andy, we should not look down and go back to 2006 and see that we've only beaten Georgia 3 times in 20 years. Like, can you believe that? I mean, and you know what? They're only up 8 in the series now.
Which is surprising, actually.
They have won 17 of the last 20 matchups and only lead the series by 8. And it just tells you, where this rivalry has been for 100 and something years. And the last 20 years, it's gotten completely away from Auburn. And there's no excuse. Look, that doesn't mean that Georgia hadn't had a better program. But out of 20 games, I mean, you should have at least won 7.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I mean, 13 for them and 7 for us would be like, okay. I mean, that's almost 2-1. But that gum, dude, when you have won 3 times in 20 years.
When we were in school, it was not only that the records were
the points.
The points that had been scored in the series were the same. I mean, it was that even of a series. And, yeah. We've not only won 3. More than half of the ones that we've lost have been blowouts.
That's right.
So it's you talk about it's gotten away from us. That ship is out of sight.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to do.
Well, it's time to strap it up and say Georgia's at home this year with an unproven quarterback, and you get them a little bit earlier in the year like you have been getting them. The only way to cure that L is to line up and beat their rear end, dude.
Yes,
I mean, quit talking about it and quit going. I'm sick of every time the schedule comes out, we go, well, Georgia and Alabama probably going to be an L. I mean, you and I never grew up saying that. We never said, well, that was an automatic L, and neither did Alabama and Georgia in years where they were down. They never looked at Auburn as an automatic L. You knew that it was going to be a war. And Georgia looks at us, it stops being a rivalry for the side that dominates over 20 years when they've dominated it the way they've dominated it.
Go ahead and take another break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Thunderbolt Lightfoot at Oscar's Cafe on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, Alabama is looking to see you today. Now, let me tell you, they got great food. They've always had great food all these years. Now, they still got that atmosphere. They still got that service. They still cater. Let me stop right there. 15 to 415 they can handle. So give them a call today at Oscar's, Highway 49 South in Dadeville. 256-825-4827.
Illinois Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious 1-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SEC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dadeville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
2025 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World. '25 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Brett here with you. Only a couple more segments left in tonight's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. You had a chart there.
You know, this kind of tells the tale a little bit about what we're talking about. Wins in the college football playoff era. That's 2014 to last year, 24. The worst on this list of Power 4 teams is Kansas, 34. Won 34 games over that stretch.
Kansas.
Yeah, Vanderbilt, who we just had on,
Right.
is next to last with 43. Some really, really bad teams there. The Indiana Hoosiers, who all of a sudden Kirk Cignetti has crowned one of the top prominent programs in the country, has had 60 wins in that time frame.
Okay.
On the other side of things, Alabama leads with 136. Clemson not far behind with 129. The Ohio State Buckeyes with 129 and Georgia with 125, and then there's a drop-off to Notre Dame at 109. So there's 4 teams that's really separated themselves in that 10 years, win-wise, that are in the 130s and 120s, and that's Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Georgia. Now, who comes in behind that? Okay, another SEC team, Oklahoma with 108, and they've had 2 or 3 really rotten years.
Yeah.
So they've fallen off a little bit. LSU with 99. Then you have Texas with 86, and that's a little shocking. Kind of tells you how much Texas has underachieved over the last 10 years. They've only got 86. Texas A&M with 85, Florida with 84, and they've had some horrible seasons smashed in there. Ole Miss with 83, Tennessee with 82, Missouri 79, then you have Auburn at 78. And Auburn really is like dead in the slap middle of this list. You cannot get more in the middle. They are halfway down the third row of 5 rows. So
I
they are
believe that's
literally
mediocre.
That is what you call mediocre. So 78 wins over that 10-year span. Again, that's 7.8 wins a season. When you look at Alabama's, that's 13.6 wins per year.
Yeah.
I mean, so the tale is the numbers don't lie. And, to be honest with you, we just talked about it. There were 4 or 5 games Auburn blew last year Now, I know the pundits out there go, well, you also won 3 or 4 games. You could have gone the other way, and that's true. But, you know, as we've always said, your record really is indicative of who you are. You know, you're going to play some games that maybe your best game of the year and worst game of the year, and everything else is, you know, who you are. And so, but you look at Florida, and you look at Ole Miss, and you look at Tennessee. Even with Tennessee's last 3 years have had some really good teams, they've only got 4 more wins than Auburn in that time frame. So,
and that's only because of those last 2 years.
That's exactly right. They'd be below. So, again, those 4 teams everybody's been chasing, Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and Georgia, have separated themselves from the rest of college football. And, you know, everybody else is just out there grabbing. And, you know, teams behind Auburn. So who's left in the SEC that's behind Auburn? Well, Kentucky comes in at 75. Mississippi State at 75. Only 3 wins different. So you want to know why those teams look at Auburn as because there's not very much difference over a 10-year span. Go on down to
been a rough decade.
Arkansas at 60, and then Vanderbilt comes in at 43. I mean, there ain't many teams below Auburn when you look at it from a standpoint. South Carolina, I didn't say them; they're at 67. But you're halfway in the conference. You're halfway to the bottom tier.
That's rough. I mean, but that's reality.
No, that is reality. I mean, so count it. How many is ahead of Auburn? Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, LSU, Texas A&M, Florida, Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Missouri. 10 teams.
So we're in the bottom half of the SEC.
You're in the bottom half because 8 is where the midway point is, and we're 11,
which is ironically where the SEC picked us to finish.
All kind of all adds up.
Yeah, no irony to that. That's the truth.
No alignment to that. So,
but yeah, hey, that it brings us back to the same thing where we started.
And let's look at
if
this.
If you're going to change this fortune, it's not going to happen. You don't change a decade's worth of misery in 1 year. Now you can establish a beginning of a new 10 years, and this can be the year that it starts, and I hope that it is. And Auburn needs for it to be. So,
and you look at the last time we played Vanderbilt, we lost to them. Last time we played Arkansas, we lost to them. Last time we played South Carolina, we lost to them. Last time we played, we did beat Mississippi State the last time we played them.
Kentucky.
And we beat Kentucky. And then last time we played to Missouri, we lost to them. So majority of the teams that are either right there with us or below us have beaten us the last time we played them. It's just time to put up or shut up, man. I mean, that is where we are in 2025. And we said this going into spring, Andy, and coming out of spring. There's never been a more important season for Auburn's program. Not for Hugh Freeze, not for this roster, but for this program to show. Because next year, this schedule is going to get tougher. And for Auburn to take the step to get back into the top echelon of this conference, they better dang show it this year. I mean, seriously, what are you waiting on?
Well, and if you want to keep this roster and you want it to continue to mature and add these younger guys, then you're going to have to start winning because they're just going to leave.
I mean, I
don't care how much you pay them.
And here's a prime example, and I know we got to get to break, but Miami's at 83 wins. Well, look at what Cam Ward did for them last year. What if Auburn had manned up and did what everybody wanted them to do and go get Cam Ward? Well, there's 5 games that separate Auburn from Miami. Don't you think Cam Ward would have made a difference in those 5 games we crapped away?
I imagine he probably would have.
I mean, do you think we'd have lost to a guy that had to go to the hospital and come back, lead a game-winning drive in Missouri? Probably not. You think we'd have blown a 21-10 lead against Oklahoma? No, probably would not.
Would we have thrown 8 interceptions in the first 4 games?
No, we would not.
Probably not.
No, we wouldn't have. So,
all right, we'll take one final break. We'll be back with more right after this.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
Russell Medical Total Fitness is ready. Are you? Do you have arthritis? They can help. Pilates are for everyone. Ask them about the Silver Sneakers program. Get moving in a class now, or if you prefer, personal training on land and water are available. They have invested in new equipment for you. Invest in yourself with a dedicated and knowledgeable staff. Call today, 256-329-7623.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Main Street Family Urgent Care.
Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care opens 7 days a week.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Zaxby's birthday cake milkshakes are back. Just in time for Zaxby's 35th birthday, so they're gifting you half-off handcrafted milkshakes. Happy birthday to us all. Zaxby's handcrafted milkshakes. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of Sports Blitz Live on this Tuesday evening. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us.
I can't let you escape without you getting a little bit of me from – you told me 3 or 4 weeks into the Major League season to just hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah. It's all going to – and they ain't played but – 10, 15 games.
You got to give it at least 100 games.
Well, we have.
Oh, yeah.
And the Braves, drum roll please, are 17 games out. What happened to this program?
Well, I mean, it started – well, number one, all the pitching got hurt.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean
that they ain't got a starting pitcher left.
This team. But I saw the signs early. Like you had bought in, and you and JJ being the homers you are, that they said, well, and I saw the cracks in the armor early. Man, they were just not playing good baseball, man. And I was like, I don't know that this team can rally this, and it has gotten away from them. And
it has.
And they're down there with Washington, and you look at some of the worst teams in Major League Baseball, and they have, outside of Colorado, one of the worst records in all of baseball. The Chicago White Sox. Those are not teams you want to be grouped with.
No. It's a bad. They have not been this bad in quite a while.
Is this something that they can fix?
I think
all season.
I think it's a 1 year blip.
You think it's a 1 year blip?
I do. Yeah. Because number one, the pitching, all that pitching's coming back. I think it's going to be fine. Hopefully, I don't know, but hopefully Ronald is not, he's just a little dinged up.
Right.
And he's going to be fine. Because, remember, he didn't even play for the first couple of months.
No, I know it.
So, let's see when they have the entire actual team together and the starting pen. And they definitely need to address the bullpen. That's been a huge problem this year, too.
Well, let's look at some of their averages. Matt Olson's hitting 259. Albies is 226. Austin Riley's hitting 260, which leads the team. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's not good. Ronald was hitting better.
Well, he was,
but
Ronald Acuna's hitting 306, but he's not active. Ozuna, man, he's falling back off.
He struggled this year.
233. Yeah. Just the numbers are terrible. RBIs, Matt Olson.
Now, Olson's got home runs and RBIs.
He's got 18 and 68.
Yeah.
Where's Michael Harris at?
He's under the earth.
So, just not a lot.
Profar goes out and gets suspended.
Right.
Out of the gate and misses 60 or 70 games,
right.
Whatever it was. He was going to
RC is hitting 194.
I ain't even sure RC's on the team anymore.
I think he's still on the team.
I think RC.
Yeah.
No. He's traded him to.
But he's still on the active roster. He's on the roster right here. I'm just telling you, man. I've got it on Braves.
I know, but
it didn't say traded. So, but he may be traded.
I'm telling you.
Look, I washed hands of that. He is on the Rockies, by the way.
Yeah.
So, he is on the Rockies. But he's still – that tells you all you need to know. The Braves still have him listed on their roster.
They didn't trade him. They just
gave him away.
I think they just put him on waivers or whatever.
But again, this is not a – I don't know if it's a blip or not. We'll see. These numbers should be better even if you are terrible.
I think this is going to be Snickers last year. I think they'll probably move in a different direction.
Probably should.
Or they'll let him retire. But
he's done well for the Braves.
Yeah, he won a World Series.
No kidding. I'm glad. Like I told everybody, it's about seizing the moment, and I know we got to get out.
Yeah.
But I said we're going to this World Series, come hell or high water. I've never been to one. It was bucket list. I said on Sunday after church, we were all eating. I said, let's go. I'm like, well, let's get in the car and go. And we got over there. And I won't tell the story how we got in the game, but we got in the game, and there was like 8 of us that got in the game. So we were there, and the Braves ended up winning.
Great game.
Yeah, lost the game, but we're there. It was a very exciting game, and at the end of the day, the Braves won the World Series. They won that series, so that to me counts more than us being at a game that they lost. But they could have won it that night. And when they hit a grand slam right out the gate, I went, we're going to be here all night because we're going to watch them win this thing. Of course, it was the bullpen game, and it went, 4 innings later, all that hype was over. But played a good Houston team and ended up losing that game, but won the World Series. And, I can say, hey, I went to that.
Sure.
Justin was there too.
Yeah.
So, the combination of me and Justin being there together, the vibes were way too negative for Atlanta to pull that one off. So, too much negative energy.
And on that note, I think we'll wrap it up and call it a night. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Thank you to all our guests as well. He is Brett Pritchard. I'm Andy Graham. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.
Summertime is a special time. Time on the water, time away from work, and more time with family and friends. Make sure your heart is ready for the season with an appointment at the UAB Heart and Vascular Clinic at Russell Medical. I'm Dr. Kevin Sublett, and our entire clinic is dedicated to keeping your heart healthy. We're right here in your own community and backed by the knowledge and expertise of UAB Medicine. Make an appointment today by calling 256-234-2644 or visit uabmedicine.org/heartrussell.
Ivy Creek Healthcare is excited to showcase their newest clinic, Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin, located conveniently near the main entrance to Stillwater's on Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin is an urgent care with walk-ins welcome. Whether you need lab work, x-rays, or immediate care, find comfort here at Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin. Ivy Creek, here when you need us most. 256-827-5379.